My name is Einstein Sentongo. I study at MSC Junior School, and the name of my project is School Register Recognizer. What is AI? AI is the ability for human intelligence to mimic human behavior. It can do the following: learn and copy human behavior. My project is solving the following: school registration, students' attendance, and more. How it works: when the green flag is clicked, a recognizing thing scans your face and tells you your information. If your information is not there, it will say it does not recognize your face. My future plans: I don't want it to be like those which can be easily hacked, but the tight ones where no cheating gets by. I want it to record attendance. I want it to separate the gender. I want it to tell me the numbers. I want it to tell me more information. Okay, so now let me share my presentation. Okay, yes. So this is how my project works. Let me first show you how I train my model. I put there 500 Lydia. Yes, so now let's use the model. Okay, so let's start. You are in science and you are in primary science. You study at a school in Okay, now that I've showed you my face, let me put the other person who I also put in there. Just show it works. Differentiate the confidence. You are in science and number. You are regular Selena. You are in primary 7. You study at the school in junior school. So that's simply how my project works and how I want it to advance in the future. I want my project to start getting more people. Let me say if it's a school and you're at the gate, it scans your face and tells you information. If it does not know you, it tells you it does not know. Then let me say the person who gets there says that I'm going to put there that it's now going to we're going to program you in the thing. Then it gets used to you so that you can know who you are. I want this thing to become common, and in the future, this may start being in schools. I want there to be very many people in the system. It's going to be very interesting. I'm still working on it. As you saw my future plans, those future plans are surely going to happen. Thank you for listening. I may take any questions from the audience.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful innovation. We are now going to give a chance to anyone. If you want to ask a question, please feel free to raise up your hand. But maybe my comments would be a question. How about if you didn't give us the scenario of someone who is not known by the system? How does your system respond to that person?
My system says it does not know you, and then it will be programmed to know you, but then there will be a person that it will say that I don't recognize you. Please try again.
Okay. All right, then let's give a chance to Alexander. Alexander, unmute and give your comments.
Then it won't recognize, and my project.
Okay. All right, let's give a chance to Alexander. I see your hand is up. Alexander, you're breaking. I can't hear you. Is it my network or it's your network?
I can't hear you.
Alexander, maybe we shall give you a chance. Your network is not clear. You can type in the chat. Okay, we shall now give a chance to, okay, if there are no questions, no more questions, we shall move on to the next presenter. Let me see, Eliora, you should be planning to share your screen. But if you want to ask any or give a comment, you just type in the chat if your network is not okay. So thank you very much, Einstein. The judges will be getting back to you in case they want to organize a one-to-one session with you to ask you more questions or to give you more comments when they are reviewing your project in the next coming days. Then let's give a chance to Eliora, you can share your screen. Eliora Akena is the next to share their screen whenever you're ready. If Eliora is not ready, we can move on to Murana Ivan. Murana Ivan, you can share your screen. Okay, I hadn't enabled you, sorry. Sorry. Okay, you can now share your screen, Eliora. Sorry about that. Share your screen and unmute yourself. Okay, maybe let's move on to Murana Ivan. Then you're going to come next, Eliora, after Ivan, after maybe checking the problem with your Zoom. So Ivan, you can share your screen. You can unmute yourself. Just click unmute. Just click unmute. It's going to enable you to unmute. I allowed that. You just click unmute. And get started.
The created was for my project name is Tourist Attractions in East Africa.
Urban for life.
And my school, I studied from the Miliango College, and my name is Murana Ivan. So what I understand about machine learning is that it's the ability of a computer to learn, understand, and make its own conclusion without human interference. Problems that I'm attempting to solve are location of tourist attractions. Then the solution to the problem, this app will enable people to know the country in which the tourist attractions are located. It can also be used for games to test your friends' attractions. My future plans for this project is I want to be able to include the exact location of tourist attractions and the tourist attraction and the main attraction in that tourist attraction. I also want to improve it so that I can cover the whole planet. The requirements that I will need more knowledge on machine learning and research on tourist attractions. Now I'm going to show you my project.
Just watch it and comment.
Levi.
I'll ask.
Levi, she already said no. They sit there.
Okay, for the next presenters, make sure that your project is already loaded such that it doesn't take a lot of time while you're presenting, just like we can see for. So you have your project today to present and to first test it to see whether it works before your presentation time.
I tested it before, but it seems to be taking a lot longer.
Did you try the project before coming to this call?
Yes,
And did it load very well?
yes. But when the second person was coming on, I was trying to load it back on, but it was taking a long time. I was waiting for us to finish, but then you said that I can present next.
Oh. Okay, maybe we shall give you a chance at the end.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's give a chance to the next. Eliora, are you now ready or we move on to the next person? The next person is Alexandra. Let's have Alexandra Akena share their screen. And then Etiang Daisy should be preparing to come next. So if you have a PowerPoint, you can start with the PowerPoint. If you don't have a PowerPoint, you just go ahead with your project.
Okay, so
see what you have.
Alexander, are you facing any challenge presenting your work? Okay, maybe Alexander is failing to present. Maybe there is a challenge. If you're not ready, then we can move on to the next person and we shall give you a chance at the end. We are not hearing you and we don't see your slides moving. I see Elio. Elio, your hand is up. Do you want to say something?
I want to present the slides.
Okay, then if Alexander is not ready, then you can come first. Alexander, you can stop sharing your screen and we give a chance to Eliora to present, then you will come when you're ready. Let's first allow, okay. Okay, now you can go ahead, Eliora. Just unmute yourself and the rest be muted.
My name is Eliora Lamaro Akena. I go to Kaboja Junior School. My project is a blind guide. Machine learning and AI. Intelligent human behavior. Examples of AI: phones, laptops, robots, drones. Importances of AIs. They help doctors. They're a source of communication. Disadvantages of AI. They make people lazy. They kill people. The problem. For a long time, blind people have been using canes or relying on other people as walking guides, and it hasn't been easy for them to find their way around places. The blind guide is a device in form of a watch that can be set to listen to a voice and directs the person where to go and senses obstacles ahead of them. And also the blind guide has a GPS tracker which can tell you where to go. This will improve their lives and put some smiles on their faces, because I feel so bad for them and I love to make people happy. Future plans. My future plan is to have it possible to program the device in different languages. The device can also be linked to phones of caretakers to help track the blind in case they got lost or in danger, or let's say someone had
Yeah,
kidnapped
sorry to
them.
interrupt, but your slides are not moving. You're still on slide 1. Yeah.
Can you talk now?
Be presenting while switching the slides. You know how to put on the presenting mode?
My name is Elira Akena Lamaro. I go to Kawaja Junior School and my project is a blind guide.
Share the screen of the presenting, the slide which is on the presentation mode. We are still seeing the previous slide. You can stop sharing.
But I'm on presentation mode.
And now we are now seeing a screen which is not on the presentation mode.
Maybe I should first stop sharing and then try sharing again.
Yeah, that's not work.
Is it showing on slide on presentation mode?
No, we are just seeing the normal. Okay, you can just present on the normal.
Okay. My name is Elira Akena Lamar. I go to Kaboja Junior School. My project is a blind guide. Machine learning and AI. AI is the ability of a machine to copy intelligent human behavior. Examples of AI: phones, laptops, robots, drones. Importance of AI. They help doctors, they're a source of communication. Disadvantages of AI. They make people lazy, they kill people. For a long time, blind people have been using canes or relying on other people as walking guides, and it hasn't been easy for them to find their way around places. The blind guide is a device in form of a watch that can be set to listen to voices and direct the person where to go and senses obstacles ahead of them. So it has like a GPS track on it. No, it has a GPS map on it which can be able to tell you where to go. This will improve their lives and put some smiles on their faces because I feel so bad for them and I love to make people happy. My future plans. My future plan is to have it possible to program the device in different languages. The device can also be linked to phones of caretakers to help track the person just in case they got lost or are in danger or might have been kidnapped. Thank you for your time.
Batitra, let's start at slide one and then we couldn't see the slides.
Yeah, I think she's facing challenges sharing her slide, but let's just show us what happened. Okay, Eliora, do you want to share the project now or we move on to the next participant?
Move on, my internet's not so stable.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on to now. Do we have Daisy here? Daisy, has she joined? Is Alexander now ready?
Yes, teacher, I'm ready.
Okay, you can share your screen.
Start sharing my screen. Okay.
You can share your screen.
The anti-hacker model. My name is Alexander Akena Kitara, and I come from Kaboja Junior School. And my project is the anti-hacker model. Machine learning and AI. I learned that AI can recognize faces and reply to conversations and do important work that people can't do, like lifting very heavy things that people can't lift. But AI can also lose control. The problem: people lose a lot of information when their computers get hacked, and viruses destroy their computers. Antiviruses are expensive and they expire. Many people may not afford, and therefore their computers remain unprotected. The solution to the problem. The anti-hacker modem is a removable device that creates security alerts and warnings for your computers. It can be used multiple times and on different computers at different times. This makes it affordable since it can be shared. It makes a warning sound when it senses a virus or a hacking attempt. The future plans are to have a software version of it. Thank you. Teacher,
Yes,
Teacher.
Alexandra. Yes, please.
Can I now move on to the Scratch explanation?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is the one or something I was working on earlier. Now this is the one. So as you can see, I chose the laptop sprite so that it can make a warning sound whenever it senses danger. And so I used the modem to represent a hacker or a computer virus. So if it's touching the modem, it makes this noise. So that the person will know that there's a security, that there's a hacking attempt or a virus, so that so that the virus, so that the anti-hacker model can start protecting your computer, so that it lets you know that it's going to start protecting the computer, and it's also going to start, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we now take some questions from the audience. If you have a question or a comment for Alexandra, please just raise up your hand and we shall give you a chance to do so. I see Einstein. Einstein, please go ahead and unmute, then ask your question.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Like, this is to the Alexander. What does the project really help?
The project helps by it protects your computer from dangerous viruses and hackers so that you don't lose so much information when you get hacked or when viruses destroy your computer.
So, like, does it really work?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Let's find my question has been.
Okay. I think we have gotten, I think she has attempted, Einstein was asking whether how the project really helps, and then you explained that. And then maybe Einstein didn't get the demo of how the project really works. He didn't see you demoing how someone would use your project. If you could give him a chance to see that, maybe he will be satisfied. Is that something you're planning to do, Alexander, or we move on to the next person?
Sorry, Tika, I couldn't hear you so clearly. So can you repeat what you were saying again?
Okay, what Einstein wanted to see is you trying to test your project to see how it works.
Yeah, I was testing it right there. I was just demonstrating how it works because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Okay, thank you very much, Alexander. And now I see Eliora. Eliora had her internet was not okay. But if your internet is okay right now, you can share your screen and take on your presentation now. Then there is a Hannah. If she's around, she will be coming next. And also Hadassah. Then I see if the following people, if you're ready with your presentations, you just type in the chat. Gonzaga Josia, Jethro Chisache, Mwonge Farid, and Daudi Bolt Baruch. If you're ready, you just type in the chat, then I'll give you a chance at the end after these people are presented. So let's go on with Eliora.
Okay. My name is Eliora Akena Lamaro. I go to Kavoja Junior School. My project is a blind guide. Machine learning and AI. AI is the ability of a machine to copy intelligent human behavior. Examples of AI: phones, laptops, robots, drones. Importance of AIs. They help doctors, like for example, if you're doing surgery on someone and it's a very contagious disease, if you're doing surgery on someone and it's a very contagious disease,
Sorry, Eliora, just
if
move the presentation mode and present the way it is, because you're not working. Yeah, like that. You be clicking on each slide.
Teacher, it's on presentation.
You go ahead. You go ahead. Just be clicking on the slide you're talking about.
Take your time. Is it showing on presentation mode?
No.
Can I just present the way it is? Because it's not showing
just turn off
anything.
presentation mode and present. But while presenting, be clicking on the slide you're talking about such that you can see it. You remove from presentation mode. Yes. Like that.
That's how you're supposed to be doing. Is it showing now?
Just proceed, but be clicking on each slide while you're talking about the slide. You are now muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry, teacher, I forgot to unmute. My name is Eliora Lamara Akena. I go to Kavoja Junior School. My project is a blind guide. Machine learning and AI. AI is the ability of a machine to copy intelligent human behavior. Examples of AI: phones, laptops, robots, drones. Importances of AI. They help doctors, like for example, if you're doing surgery on someone and it's a very contagious disease, you can program a robot to do the surgery for you because you can easily catch the disease and die. They're a source of communication like phones. Disadvantages of AI. They make people lazy, they kill people. The problem. For a long time, the blind people have have been using canes or relying on other people as walking aids, as walking guides, and it hasn't been easy for them to find their way around places. Solution to the problem. The blind guide is a device in form of a watch that can be set to listen to voice and directs the person where to go and senses obstacles or objects ahead of them. It has a GPS tracker on it has a GPS on it which can, like, let's say if you want to go to Acacia Mall and you ask where to, if you want, and you ask that I want to go to Acacia Mall, where do I go? It will direct you to say go straight, turn left or right. This will improve their lives and put some smiles on their faces, because I feel so bad for them and I like to make people happy. Future plans. My future plan is to have it possible to program the device in different languages. The device can also be linked to the phones of the caretakers to help track the blind in case they got lost or are in danger. Thank you for your time.
Wonderful presentation, Eliora. Do you now want to share the project?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and share the screen.
This is Ava. She's a blind person. So let's say that she wants to go to a casual mall. So let's say and that's the blind guide stopping the person from bumping into something or someone.
That's so cool. I like your demo of the project as well as your presentation. And I liked how you started. It was a very good introduction, and also how you ended your presentation. Just that I also want you to, you didn't have enough time. You had either a day or two to prepare the project, but if you qualify for the finals, I want you to improve upon your project to be realistic. And when you get the components, before the finals, you should be able to assemble the components into a real robot, which can really work, such that the judges will be impressed when that time comes. But I really liked your presentation. Keep it up. So do we have any questions from the audience?
Teacher.
Yes? Any questions from the audience or comments? Raise up your hand. I have Alexa. Alexander, please unmute.
So teacher,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Eliora that will your project be a sticky enough when it's assembled, or will it be like some kind of hoverboard?
To be a wristband, the blind person will wear it, and let's say if they want to go somewhere, the blind person will just say, I want to go to Acacia Mall, and it will say, go straight, turn right, or something like that.
Yeah, so that's a good answer to the question. And thank you very much, Eliora, for taking Alexander's question. And do we have any other person who has a comment or a question to our colleague Eliora? If not, then we move on to Daisy. Daisy is going to share their screen next. Thank you very much for Eliora and Alexander for the comments and also the responses. So do we have Daisy? Daisy, if you're ready, let's share your screen. Okay, before we go to Daisy, Daisy, let's take the last question from
Still, one flags, no flags, no flags, no girls.
okay, let's proceed. Daisy, you can share your screen.
Okay, let me share my screen. So let me share my presentation. Translation, a world without it. About me. My name is Daisy Etiang Hannah. I'm 11 years old. I go to Green Hill Primary School, Buate. My project title is Translation, a world without it. My journey in AI. Ever since our AI class started on Monday, August 9, I had a quick inspiration towards robotics and scratch coding. Throughout the days, I have learned the values of coding. It's a very valued skill in the world today. I've also learned how to code using two very familiar apps, namely MBlock app and Scratch Coding 3.0. In our first class, I learned about very useful abbreviations, including AI, which stands for Artificial Intelligence. Translation, basics. To translate simply means to express words or text in another language. In my project that I will show you today, I programmed my mobile phone to translate sentences from English to French. Why French? You may ask why French. I chose French because it's a very well-known language here in Africa. According to studies, 68% of the world speaking French is found in Africa. The 22% is found in North America. Measuring from 2010 till today, 22.7 million more people speak French. French speakers are increasing daily, and I assume that basing my project on facts and translation, I could make the world an easier place. Before I got the last slide, I want you to see that most of West Africa speaks French in countries like Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, etc. Ending credits. I thank teacher Solomon for helping me enter this amazing world of AI. Thank my parents for paying and enrolling me in these robotics classes. I thank my fellow students for presenting their work, which abstractly helped me to learn more. I also thank myself for never giving up, even when times got tough. Thank you all for your time.
You not explain why. Can you explain why?
The reason why I based it on translation is because there are some people who don't know some languages. For example, the reason why the British introduced indirect rule in Uganda, one of the main problems was because of, so they were the ones who spoke on behalf of the colonialists. May I share my project now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. It's right here. It's quite long. I've spent a wealthy lot of time working on it. So basically in this project, it says sentences in English and it translates them to French. Let me press the green flag and we start.
Okay, well, we are not hearing anything. Maybe you have not enabled your sound, your device sound for us to hear.
Oh. Okay, let me start again. Sorry for that.
Good morning, everyone.
Let me start it again. I hope you can hear.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour, tout le monde. I have taught my mobile phone to translate from one language to another. J'ai appris à mon téléphone à traduire d'une langue à l'autre. Doing this solves the problem of language barrier. C'est facile, on pourrait résoudre le problème des barrières linguistiques, because the number of people speaking French in Africa has shown a steady increase. Parce que le nombre de francophones in Afrique augmente régulièrement. Measuring from 2010 to today, 22.7 million more people speak French. De 2010 à aujourd'hui, le nombre de francophones a augmenté de 22,7 millions. How are you all today? Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? Teacher Solomon, it's been long. M. Solomon, ça fait longtemps. This is my presentation. C'est mon discours, isn't it cool? Nay, c'est pas cool. 68% of these are sub-Saharan Africa while 22% live in North America. 68% d'entre vivent en Afrique subsaharienne et 22% in Amérique du Nord. French is the world's fifth most spoken language thanks to Africans. Grâce aux Africains, le français est la cinquième langue parlée au monde. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour, tout le monde. I have taught my mobile phone to translate from.
Okay, that's my presentation. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much, Daisy. I really like your presenting, the way you present. I think if I hired you to present for my business would get money. So I like your presentation skills. Please keep it up. And I like your story. The way you present, you be as if you're telling a story and you make it feel so real. And I also like your project particularly. And I like how you really I also encourage the rest of the presenters, when you get the statistics of the evidence of the problem, just like she did, and then you relate it such that someone really gets the interest in listening to you, because they can now be able to understand the problem and now listen to you while you're demonstrating or maybe speaking about your solution. So I'm going to say that if you get more time, I would like you to implement the hardware version of this project. And for that case, also maybe to improve on be able to speak actually with include the voice recognition such that the robot can be able to listen to me and also respond to me in order for it to have a conversation. Someone can come with their own words, they speak to the person maybe in English, then the robot should be able to respond maybe in the language, or maybe the same language or a different language of your own choice. So I now open up the chat. If you want to ask any question, if you want to ask Daisy, you can raise up your hand, or you can type in the chat. I see Eliora. Eliora, is your hand up to ask Daisy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell her her slides are really good and her presentation skills are very nice.
Thank you very much, Eliora, for the kind words. Let's give a chance to Jethro. Jethro, please unmute.
So can I show my presentation now?
Okay, you're going to present after them asking Daisy. We shall give you a chance to present next. Einstein, you have a question for Daisy?
Just a comment. I liked her slides. I liked how she presented. She was very audible and confident, so I give that credit to her.
Thank you very much. I hope you also get something to learn from her as she learns from you as well. I see Alexander. Alexander, do you want to say something? I see your hand up.
Yeah, teacher, I was going to ask Daisy that it looks like you really took some time and effort on what you're doing. And I was also wondering how her translator would look like. I wanted to ask her how the translator would look like when it's.
Okay, Daisy, that's yours.
The translator would be more like an app on mobile phones.
Okay, thank you very much. It's going to be an app.
Daisy, that might be a bit, don't you think it would be a bit 2 years away from scratch? I mean, like you're supposed to be creating, and she's supposed to be creating a device instead of an application.
No, she can actually, let me take that for her. So she can create an app, and we are also going to have a program which is going to be teaching you how to make Android apps. So if she wants her project to be an Android app, then it's okay. If she wants it to be a device, then it's still fine. So there is a program which is going to come up for Android apps. Okay, I see Hadassah. Hadassah, please just unmute.
I just wanted to ask if I could be next.
Why don't you come after Chisache?
I was asking because my battery is running low and it's going to go off.
Let's give you a chance. You can now share your screen and start over your presentation. Then Jethro is going to come after you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, my presentation title is Climate Data. My name is Hadassah Etiang. I completed primary 7 at Greenhill Primary School, Boate. I have made a project that helps people understand climate and learn about the weather conditions in some cities. Climate change is a very important aspect of our daily lives. I believe that we can reduce climate change if we know more about it. My project teaches people about climate and about the weather changes in different cities. AI and machine learning. AI is artificial intelligence has changed the world for the better. This enables people to do things better. Teaching children this skill helps them with better jobs across the world. Thank you for your time. Enjoy my project. My project. The project is just loading. It's still loading. Sorry, it's taking long.
Okay, the next participant should prepare their project well, such that you don't go through the same challenge like Hadassah is going through, because sometimes it may disappoint you. And
sorry, my device has just gone off. My device has just gone off. Can I present later today when?
Yeah, it's
when
okay. You can present later. Let's now give a chance to, maybe we shall even ask you questions later. Let's give a chance to Jethro. Jethro, please share your screen. But however, Hadassah, I liked your presentation. It was so clear, and someone can easily understand what you're working on. And climate change is a very, very important issue to address, and that's why your project really attracted my attention. And I would like to really see how it works at the end when you have a chance to share that. So Jethro, if you're ready, please share your screen. Are you able to screen share? Are you able to screen share using your computer and screen share? Then now move to your side. Nice.
Hello.
Now see it.
So I'm Jethro Chisache. I homeschool. My project is called Which Kind of Bird? What I understand about ML and AI. Okay. AI is short for artificial intelligence. AI is the power of a machine to copy intelligent human behavior. AI is used for many different things and is very handy, but like everything else, it has its disadvantages. Machine learning is a type of AI that allows software applicants to become more accurate at producing outcomes. The problem I'm attempting to solve is that of bird watchers in many countries, because they sometimes don't know the main food of the bird, therefore having to search for every bird they see, wasting a lot of internet. So when I'm done coding everything, I'll turn it into an app once I learn how, and people will just feed in the bird they saw, and a voice will tell what that bird's primary food is. So I'm working with machine learning for kids and training the computer to recognize the food the bird eats by the way its beak looks. I learned that from science. The computer will recognize the bird and by its beak and say what it eats. For example, if you feed in a cardinal, it will say it is a seed-eating bird. My future plans for this project are to put this app on every kind of phone and make it the major app for bird watching. And I plan to make it available to everyone and make it unhackable. That's my presentation. Thank you.
Nice. That's a very powerful presentation. I just want to confirm, do you have a demo of the project? Anything to demo?
Okay, let me first put the modem in.
All right.
It's loading.
It's okay. You can just be narrating to us how the demo works.
So right now I feed in the whatever, the address, the image address of the picture of the bird, and I go to the learn and test, and then when it tests, it will recognize it as a carnivorous bird, a fish-eating bird, a seed-eating bird, nectar-eating birds, or yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that on your screen, those are your models on your screen.
Yes, these are my models. I have robins, I have pigeons, I have hummingbirds and honeybirds, falcons, owls, herons, shoebill cranes. I still have to whatever. So let me go to the learn and test now.
Okay.
Okay. So I search for the bird I want, and in this case, I'm going to use a pigeon. I go to images, select one, even though it's not the one I've used. I copy the image address, feed it in here. I test. And it's recognized as a seed-eating bird with 82% confidence.
Wow, wow, that's really beautiful. Okay. Do you want to try one?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, let me try one more. Let me use a falcon now. If it appears as a carnivorous bird, I'll know it has worked.
Okay.
Yes. Carnivorous bird with 100% confidence. So it works.
Okay, that's a very nice demo. And I like your presentation. I like the confidence in you. And I also like the idea, actually. It is so helpful, and your demo is working accurately fine with the good confidence. I see that is 100% confidence, and that shows that you really did a lot of work while training your model. So let's give a chance to the rest to ask questions. Teacher, what time is the lesson ending? Okay, so we have 2 more presenters, then we shall end the discussion. So if you have a question, raise up your hand. Okay, now on my list here, I see Daisy has finished, Hadassah has finished, Alexandra has finished, Ivan, Murana Ivan, have you presented? Then, yeah, I think. So, if you have not yet presented and you are supposed to present, please just raise up your hand. And I saw Daudi wanted to present, Mwonge, but they are not registered. Jethro, Josia. So if any of them hasn't, then we can give a chance to one person to present before we close this. Any question for Jethro or comment? I think Ivan's network is not good. I can't hear him.
Me too.
Yeah. So Farid, I see your hand is up. You want to ask Jethro, or you want to present?
I want to present.
Okay, all right. Let's give you a chance. Just share your screen and start over your presentation. Okay, then Daudi will come next after you. I also see Daudi in the chat saying he's ready.
So like I'm making like an assistant similar to Google Assistant called like Fame Assistant. My name is Farid. I'm from Namilango College. Yeah. So what I've been learning from this AI experience is that AI is like an intelligence which can help machines to find solutions to complex problems in a more like human-like fashion. What I learned that AI is an expert in specific things like natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision, which is quite cool to me. AI has like limited possibilities due to how fast it's advancing in our world. So yeah, the problem I'm attempting to solve in my assistant. For example, like my AI can't exactly listen to the accent of the user. I don't know, maybe that's because of the M block, the way it's designed, but it doesn't listen to most of the words I say. I want to add options for many accents for many receivers. So I wanted to add many responses to the user. Right now I have like 35 responses, which is not that bad. I would also like to add like something similar to like when I say, "Hello Google Assistant, I'm bored," it answers me like, "Here are some games for you to try," which I'd like to add in my AI. So now the solutions and how it works. I wanted to add options for like how many accents it can receive, but M block is limited. I want any user from like any country to be able to use my app. Like for example, translation, adding as many responses as possible. Like I want the user to have endless possibilities to ask my assistant simply by saying hello. Like my assistant could be like a potential personal, like a person who you can tell your secrets to. In like other one, in case the user is bored, I would like to add some of the games, and I made in like those games I made in Scratch so that it can satisfy them. So yeah, my future plans. Of course, I'd like it to be like to replace Google Assistant because I have to be better. I want translation in my app, also boredom killers like games, but that could require a lot of time. I would also like my app to be in a robot because it's like Sophia, it could be perfect in any robot. Could be a potential way of for people for socializing. Another plan is adding music recognition. The assistant is special to me because it can recognize my voice when I'm singing to it, then it looks for the song, which I would like to do, but I don't really know how to import music in M-Block. So let me go in M-Block. So as you can see, I have coded like literally a lot of responses. There are like so many, but as we can start off by when I click the green flag, it's gonna ask me what my name, then I import it. Then I ask me my age, then I click 14.
Okay, I have IT. Okay, I have IT.
Hello.
Hello, I am your assistant for today. How are you?
So as you can see, it has responded to me saying hello. Like I made a ton of responses. Like let me show you. Like it's like potential, like what I'm fine, what then it asks what's my name, then I input Farid. I can if I even coded it so that like you can tell it like could you remember this number? Then I made a variable for the number which it could remember. Then you can ask it what the number is, then it responds. So yeah, that's how it is. Like I also made another project in machine learning for kids. Like I was experimenting. So I'm going back with the ones for superheroes. So let me go here and then I search my favorite Spider-Man. Then I click images. So yeah, we have tons of images. Let me pick a good one.
We can't
Like this
see
one.
the images that you're using. So maybe if you share that screen, particular screen.
Oh, good. Share. Them, okay, let me share. So here I'm gonna pick one of the images. Let me select this one. Then I drag it into machine learning. Then I drag it into machine learning. So those are the images that I'm gonna use. So let me transfer it. So I have inputted, then I'm gonna test it. Oh, there's an error. Let me grab another image. I don't know why it seems to have an error, but I tested it and it works. Maybe because of my network.
It's okay. It's okay as long as we have seen your first presentation. And I liked your presentation. I like the idea, and I like also your future plans. You plan to replace Google Assistant. So you would be so much in business, and you'll have to do a lot to really beat Google Assistant because they are also moving forward. Now, if you have any question for Farid, please raise up your hand, or if you have a comment. And then if we have no comment.
Teacher?
Yes.
I just wanted to ask Farid one simple question. And that question is that, Farid, what is your project actually about? I was doing other things, so and I was also a bit busy with something which I was doing, so I didn't hear you so well. And to me, your network was a bit bad.
Okay, let me share my screen. So I made basically a voice recognition application where you have to, in order to use it, you have to first input your name and also your age.
Today, how are you? Okay, I have IT. Okay, I have IT.
Okay. So yeah, that's how it works. And it's supposed to just be like your cure for boredom. Like in case you like, usually for me, I go and start talking with Google Assistant, ask it to play for me music, such stuff. I just made this for like, you have a new AI who's like your friend. And it has a lot of responses you can give it to it, around 30 or 40 there, or even more. I didn't really count, but yeah, basically.
Thank you very much, Farid, and also Alexander for asking that question. So now we move on to the second last presenter, who is, let me see in the chat. We have Daudi. Daudi, do you want to share your screen right now and take on your presentation, please? And then Murana Ivan, prepare to come last. If Daudi is not ready, Murana, you can share. Murana Ivan, you can share your screen.
I'm ready.
Okay, share your screen.
Okay. I'm sharing the screen. I want to share my PowerPoint. Machine Learning by Doughty Baruch Bolt Mugisha. The school is Clark Jr. and I'm making a speech robot. About AI and machine learning. Now I understand how you can make a speech robot that can talk and also to code using Scratch and also coding using and also code using and also make block because of AI and ML. It stands for AI stands for artificial intelligence. ML stands for machine learning. The problem I'm trying to solve. When you're blind, you can use the speech robot, or children that can't read but can hear. how my project will help. It will help people reply what someone has told them when they are blind. In the future, it should be also programmed on phone for children that don't know how to read or that are blind. Now I'm going to my project. Wait. Wait a minute. Let's imagine Abby is blind. This boy is blind, and then he needs to reply. So he's going to use the speech robot, and it's going to talk for him.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And then Abby responded. That's the end.
Wow, thank you very much, Daudi. I just can't imagine you are able to come up with such a powerful project. And I just like the way you present. You are so confident, your slides are so good. And maybe something I would recommend is to continue working on your project such that it has so many responses and such that it can be so interactive than it is right now. So if anyone, let's give a chance to one person to give a comment or ask Daudi. Raise up your hand to do so. Okay, if we don't have any question for Daudi, we are going to move on to the last presenter, who is going to be Murana Ivan. Murana Ivan, if you're ready, just share your screen and go on.
My project so here I've made a code whereby it can tell which place like the tourist location attract is located and how that's about how what it does. Future plans is to improve what I'm doing. What place would you like to locate?
Answer the comments. Love the creativity and
I want to, let's try to, Tanzania.
Mparo, as in locates the places in the country. The first place that I'm trying to locate is in Uganda.
Okay.
But as you can see, it has said that Imparo is located in Uganda. Let me try one in Kenya, Old Town. Here it will say that the place is located in Kenya. It's occupied for Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi. So when I try a place in Tanzania, let me see, place in Tanzania, Stone Town. And here it will say, let's try again. Stone Town. It seems it has refused, but that's how